Okay, I want to talk about the overall customer and your influence on improving the customer. Okay? If you really pay attention to it, a customer falls into one of four categories. Okay? You've got a loyal customer, you have a satisfied customer, you have a disgruntled customer, and you have an unsatisfied customer. So here's the question. Anybody can be satisfied with average. If you're hungry, you go to your 99-cent cheeseburger at McDonald's, you're satisfied, your hunger's gone. But there's no loyalty to the McDonald's cheeseburger, okay? You go to some place that has an outstanding cheeseburger and it may cost you 15 bucks, you become pretty loyal to that cheeseburger. Silly kind of analogy, but you get the point. So the reality is only 5 to 10% of the customers fall there in loyal. Another 5 to 10% of the customers fall under disgruntled. And 40 to 50% are satisfied, and 40 to 50% are unsatisfied. Your dealership pays majority of their attention to this, okay, to these guys right here. Because, let's face it, when you're advertising to the masses, this is the masses. You put a system in place, you put inventory in place, you got salespeople that's in there, and you're average. You haven't done anything extraordinary. You've got a beautiful facility, you've got a service department, you've got a parts department, but you have everything that everybody else has. You have the same inventory. There is nothing different within your dealership that separates you from anybody else, okay, except for the people. Unfortunately, in most cases, it is your people that create a customer to be disgruntled. Something within their experience completely upset them, and you're not going to fix that guy. You could try to give him something, you can give him away some money, you can say, I'll buy you this, I'll buy you that, but the reality is their experience was so bad, they're never coming back. So there's not a whole lot you can do with that guy. Your loyal customer, although they may be loyal to the brand, are they loyal to you as a salesperson? Are they loyal to your dealership? Because let's face it, your dealership has the same inventory. The manufacturer didn't create a special card just for your store. All right, your facility is beautiful, and as much money as you may have spent it on, and as wonderful as it may appear, it still doesn't change the fact that they can go anywhere and get the same product. So your loyal customer is small. My question to you is, who takes this unsatisfied customer and moves him up into a satisfied customer? Who takes the satisfied customer and turns him into a loyal customer? The same people that did this. By putting a process in place and changing your attitude, changing your personality, by doing an introduction that's different than everybody else, by having a qualifying phase that really identifies and creates a need, problem, or desire, you've got the customer's attention. You offer a presentation and a solution that's more compelling than the other guy did. You're handling objections and stalls in more of an empathetic way than the other guy did, and you're not putting yourself in a position where you've got to go for that aggressive close that may jeopardize putting your customer there. By putting yourself in a position to follow a process, you take this guy that came in with a negative impression, a negative stereotype, and he knew he had to go to a dealership to buy a vehicle, and you're bringing him up a little bit. Now you've changed his perception a little bit, but have you wowed the guy? This right here is all about the wow factor. All right, and putting that wow factor in place is really what's going to create the loyal customer. Here is the challenge. Your customer buys a car. You have sales, new and used. You have service. Maybe you have a body shop. You have a parts department. Can any one of these people or anybody that works in this department send that customer you work so hard to make loyal backwards? Yes. unless you've got a team atmosphere that has everybody accountable for each person's success. Parts department wants to make sure the body shop succeeds. They want to make sure the service department succeeds. They want to make sure new and used succeeds. Oh, we forgot about finance. We want to make sure finance succeeds. If you can create a unified system that all these departments focus on making this guy the most loyal customer in the world, but the dealership's got to cater to these guys, right? Because this is what's going to happen. They've got to ignore doing anything that invites this, try whatever they can to stop the voice of this customer going out into the web. That's about the best you're going to do, is to do what you can to stop him from talking, but there's not much you can do to get him win back. But maybe you can. I'm not going to say that's impossible. But if you can take that guy that comes into your store with a perception of what it's going to be like and put him a little bit above that and just kind of change the perception in there and then wow him to become loyal, but make sure that everybody in each one of these departments is following that same wow factor mindset. You've got something. You've got a special store, you've got a special process, and you really are starting to add a little bit more integrity into the automotive industry, which is the whole reason why I'm trying to make these videos, is so the dealer groups out there can see that all it does is takes a little personnel attention. Focus on what's going on inside your store. Find creative ways to market. Don't ignore what's going on with the internet, okay? Don't ignore what's going on with outside marketing. Pay attention to new technology. Pay attention to how smartphones and tablets are influencing customers' buying habits. Pay attention to the fact that radio is now streaming through Bluetooth out in your cars, okay? So people are listening to Pandora, iHeartRadio. They're streaming their audio through Bluetooth. So anything that they have maybe on their iPod is coming through your radio system. XM radio, satellite radio. People are listening to radio differently than what they did. They're watching TV differently than what they did. Everybody's watching internet-based TV, Apple TV, Google TV, Sony TV. All right, and if they're not watching TV, they're using their DVRs, or they're going back on Hulu, or they're getting rid of their TV all in general. Your ability to reach the customers on those levels is diminishing, and it's a trend that's not changing. The trend that is shifting is it's growing towards the internet, but how we used to market on the internet is changed. It's now shifted towards social media. It's shifted towards creating blogs and creating content that the consumers want to read, and that's how you create a placement. Once you've changed your marketing strategy and you become a little more creative, pay attention to your personnel, okay? Take this unsatisfied customer, make him satisfied, wow that customer, get your whole department on the same mindset of a wow factor. And it requires you to change up how you do things. It's not difficult, it just requires a lot of attention, a lot of discipline, and your willingness to avoid any level of complacency. It's something I'm very passionate about and I love talking about, but this is what I believe your whole focus lies in that. And I apologize for how messy it is, but that's it. If you have your own thoughts or opinions about it, please, 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 please get involved in the conversation or comments. If there's other videos you want me to make, if there's other, objections that you want to help getting past, if you want other scenarios on how to get past the disgruntled customer when they walk in the door, I'm happy to make some more videos on it. So please engage the conversation. I would love to hear from you. I hope some of these videos were helpful. Again, my name is Brian Vietzke. Thank you very much. Bye.